Baseball. I am RC Robbin. This is game number 144 out of 162. It's a created franchise with the actors from the Marvel Cinematic Universe. The Avengers have been placed into the National League West. It's early September. As you can see from the standings on the screen, the Dodgers are in second place. The Avengers are in first place. They have a half-game lead with like 17 or 18 games left in the season. We go to the calendar. We're at home for a 4-game set against the Arizona Cardinals. For whatever reason, the Cardinals are in like fourth place. They're 20 games out of first place. But for whatever reason, the Diamondbacks have given me a really hard time this season. So let's start this 4-game series against the Arizona Diamondbacks. Let's go. Tom Hiddleston is on the mound. View organization's games. Play game. Okay. Chris Pratt is no longer injured. I will deal with that after the game is over. We'll place him on the bench. Play full game. We are the home team. 92-51. Crosley Field is our home ballpark. Broadcast theme style. I don't like MLB style. I like the show, generic show. Tom Hiddleston. Mark Ruffalo. Let's put Mark Ruffalo at DH because he's tired. And the catcher will be Benedict Wong. All right, I have a feeling. Let's rock and roll. Let's do this. As you can see, the batting average race in the National League, Tom Holland, also known as Spider-Man, leads all hitters. 363 batting average. These are their starting lineups. I hit, I pitch, I field. I do not run the bases. I let the computer run the bases for me. And the difficulty setting for this entire 162-game schedule is set to all-star for both hitting and pitching. We are live, as this is a live stream for some Major League Baseball as the Arizona Diamondbacks visit the Hollywood Avengers. Please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. On the mound for the Avengers, Tom Hiddleston. He's also known as Loki in the MCU. He's 16-6, 4.23 earned run average. And he will face Ricky Henderson. 291, 24 homers, 79 runs batted in. Legendary ball player. Had over 2,000 runs scored and like over 1,000 stolen bases in his Major League career. Swings at the first pitch, fouls it off for strike one. The all-time stolen base leader with over 1,400 steals. Beast. Played for the Oakland A's. Pitches high, count evens, 1 ball and 1 strike. As I said earlier, the Hollywood Avengers 92-51. That's Tom Holland at second base and Don Cheadle in center field. So Ricky Henderson played for the Oakland A's, played for the New York Yankees, played for the Toronto Blue Jays. He bounced around. 79 degrees and clear skies here in, I guess, Hollywood. I mean, Crosley Field is actually in Ohio, but whatever. They're the Hollywood Avengers. Let's imagine Crosley Field is in California. Pop up to the shortstop over the shoulder, cut the check. There's one away. Anthony Mackie makes the catch. Starting lineup for the Diamondbacks. Ricky Henderson leads off. He's batting. He's in left field. Joe Morgan's at second. Jeff Bagwell's at first. Nolan Arenado's at third. Ketel Marte is the center fielder. The DH, Brian Reynolds. Jorge Posada is the catcher. Nick Markakis is in right. And playing shortstop and batting ninth, Starlin Castro. Another Hall of Famer, Joe Morgan, 305, 19 homers, 63 runs batted in. Steps in with 1 out here in the top of the first. Swings and pops it up near the left field line. Charging is the Winter Soldier who makes the catch for the second out of the inning.
That is third. The first base
2 outs, bases empty. Jeff Bagwell is hitting .323. He has 42 homers on the season and over 100 RBIs. Fastball 97 on the radar gun for strike one. Jeff Bagwell, believe, is a recent Hall of Famer. So 3 Hall of Famers in a row in the lineup for the Arizona Cardinals, and yet they're barely a 500 ball club. And he lines it the other way down the right field line, out of play. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes to Bagwell. Bagwell played for the Houston Astros in the 1980s and 90s. Line drive, 2 out, single to right. Batista Fields. So the half inning will continue. It's a 2 out single for Jeff Bagwell. Here's the replay as I sip some water. Don't forget to hydrate, folks. Up next, third baseman, all-star Nolan Arenado, hitting .256, 20 homers. Check that, 24 homers and 90 runs batted in. Fouls off the fastball, strike one. Swing and a miss, the inside two-seam fastball tied him up in knots. Count as quickly, no balls, and 2 strikes. Runner leads off first. Grounder. Charging. I think he tagged him. No, he didn't. He avoided it, but quick throw to first rectified the situation. 1-2-3 inning. Check that. It's a no runs, 1 hit, 1 left on at the end of a half inning of play. No score. Hollywood Avengers coming up to bat. On the mound for the Diamondbacks, Dimmelson LeMay, 9-9 with an even 5 ERA. Leading off is Anthony Mackie, .317, 17 homers, 67 runs batted in. He plays Sam Wilson in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Pitches outside, ball 1. Diamondbacks are 3 games under 500. They're in 4th place in the National League West, 70-73. Yet, as I said earlier, pitches high, 2 balls and no strikes. Earlier in the season, the Arizona Diamondbacks gave these Avengers a hard time. I don't know the exact record. Outside corner with the strike. Count as 2 balls and 1 strike. Anthony Mackie is, as I said earlier, the new Captain America in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Misses outside. Hitters count, 3 balls, 1 strike. On deck is Spider-Man, Tom Holland. Here comes the 3-1. Fouls it back. Count will go full, 3 balls and 2 strikes to Mackie. Line drive to center, playable for Ricky for the first out. Oh, that's Ketel Marte, pardon me. Starting lineup for the Hollywood Avengers: Anthony Mackie's at short, Tom Holland's at second, Robert Downey Jr. at first. The DH, Mark Ruffalo. Chadwick Boseman's at third, Dave Bautista's in right, Sebastian Stan's in left. The catcher, Benedict Wong, and batting ninth, playing center field, Don Cheadle. Tom Holland, .363, 17 homers, 79 runs batted in. Line drive, base hit. He's full of hits as it will make its way all the way to the left field corner. Rounding first and heading to second is Spider-Man, and he's going to have a 1-out double. Leads the National League entering play with a .363 average, and after that hit, it will only continue to rise. Ricky's playing left. Ketel Marte's playing center. Next up, Tony Stark. Robert Downey Jr. has been cold in his last 10 games. Overall, is hitting .291. He has 20 homers and 88 runs batted in. Runner in scoring position here in the bottom of the first. Pitches high, ball 1. Swing and a miss. Count as 1 ball and 1 strike. And that's a grounder up the middle, knocked down by the shortstop Starlin Castro. He will be safe. It'll be an infield single. Knocking that ball down, keeping it in the infield, prevented Spider-Man from scoring, so kept this a scoreless tie. However, there's runners at first and third and still only 1 out. Up next is Mark Ruffalo, who leads the team with 34 homers and 128 runs batted in. And that's a ground ball up the middle and through. It is an RBI single by the Hulk. And he now has 129 runs batted in as the MCU takes an early 1-0 lead. Ground ball with eyes, Hulk smash. Sometimes Hulk doesn't smash, he still gets the job done. Up next, the late great Chadwick Boseman, .345, 19 homers, 70 RBIs. He takes an 8-game hitting streak into this contest. Runners lead off first and second here in the bottom of the first. Fastball high and tight, ball 1. Chadwick played Black Panther in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Chase the slider out of the strike zone. Count evens, 1 ball and 1 strike. And And that's a line drive. And it's, oh, he had to hold up at second, unsure if it was going to be caught. So the bases will be loaded. It's a single for Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. Up next is Dave Bautista, who plays Drax the Destroyer in the Guardians of the Galaxy, hitting .319. He's got the bases loaded here with only one out. Fastball down and in, ball one. Dave has an 11-game hitting streak on the line. 1-0 count. And he wraps it into the seats. Strike one. Dave is 12 for his last 24. That's a 500 average over his last handful of games. Chases the slider down and away. Count is 1 ball, 2 strikes. Gary Simmons is the man calling balls and strikes behind home plate. Again, bases loaded, 1-2 count here in the bottom of the first. Fouls it back. Count remains 1-2. High, count evens, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. So check that, 1 out, bases loaded, 1-0 MCU. Off the plate, count goes full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. On deck is the Winter Soldier, Sebastian Stan. Nowhere to put him. He's got to throw a strike or walk in a run. See what happens. Struck him out swinging, and there are 2 away. Out in front of the breaking ball. First strikeout of the game for LeMay, perfectly timed. However, the bases will still be loaded. Now with 2 away, up next is the Winter Soldier, 291, 10 homers, 48 runs batted in. And that's a drive into the gap, and it will bounce in there. 1 run will score, 2 runs will score. He'll slide into second with a 2-out, 2-run double as the MCU now leads 3-0. That is Sebastian's 16th double of the season. I thought the center fielder, Ketel Marte, might have a chance. Should have laid out for it, in my humble opinion, but he did not. Up next is the catcher today, Benedict Wong, hitting .254, 2 homers, 9 RBIs. He has 2 runners in scoring position, runners at second and third. It's already 3 runs across the plate. A hit here could make it a 5-0 lead. And that's exactly what we're going to have as it heads towards the right center field gap. Both runs will score. He'll round first, head to second, cut off, throw to second, not in time. It is a 2-run double for the protector of the Sorcerer Supreme, Benedict Wong, with his 5th double of the season. And the Avengers have a 5-0 lead here in the bottom of the very first inning. This is a good way to start a 4-game series if you're a fan of the Hollywood Avengers. Manager of the Diamondbacks has seen enough. After 2/3 of an inning, he's going to the bullpen, taking the ball away from LeMay. In relief, Wander Suero making his 62nd appearance. He's 3-2 with a 7.47 earned run average. Ugh. He'll face Don Cheadle, switch hitter, batting from the left side. 282, 14 homers, 67 runs batted in. Runner leads off second. Fastball, cut fastball, low, ball 1. War Machine has a 12-game hitting streak on the line. Checks his swing, changeup is low, 2 balls and no strikes. Bucky Barnes leads off second, 2 away. Out in front of the changeup, swing and a miss. Count is 2 balls, 1 strike on Don Cheadle. That's a line drive. It may find its way into the gap, but no. Run down by Ricky Henderson to finally retire the side. However, 1 inning complete, and the Hollywood Avengers score 5 times to take an early 5-0 lead. This is Avengers baseball. We go to the top of the second. Up steps Ketel Marte, center fielder, 298, 27 homers, 94 runs batted in. Loki sets and delivers. Slicing towards left field, racing over his outstretched glove. It'll be a leadoff double for Marte. I thought Sebastian might have a chance in left field to make the catch, but instead it will be Marte's 31st double of the season. Up next is DH Brian Reynolds, 279, 17 homers, 74 runs batted in. Backhanded by the third baseman. Long throw from Black Panther in time, one away. Nice play from the third baseman. Defensive alignment for the Avengers in the outfield from left to right. We have Sebastian Stan, Don Cheadle, and Dave Bautista. And in the infield, Chadwick Boseman, Anthony Mackie, Tom Holland, Robert Downey Jr., with Benedict Wong, the backup catcher, behind home plate. So, catcher, Jorge Posada, 270, 26 homers, 69 runs batted in. Will step up. Runner in scoring position at second. Takes a fastball, strike one. Jorge Posada played for the championship Yankees in the 1990s and the early 2000s. Slider down and in, count evens, 1 ball and 1 strike. Grounder charged by Holland. Spider-Man throws to first, and there are 2-way. The runner moves to third on the out at first. So 2 down, and up steps Nick Markakis, who's 10 for his last 23. Overall, he's hitting just over 300. He has 28 homers and 94 runs batted in. He'll need a hit or an error to get that runner in. Fastball in there, strike one. 5-0 MCU here in the top of the second after a 5-run outburst in the first. And that's a line drive, and scoreless no further. It'll be 5-1 as it's an RBI single by Nick Markakis to get the Arizona Diamondbacks on the scoreboard. Here's the replay. Pulls it to right. So, 4-run game now. So 2 outs, runner at first. Starlin Castro is hitting 230, 28 homers, 75 runs batted in. And it's past the diving attempt by Tom Holland. It's another 2-out hit for the Diamondbacks. Now runners will be at first and second with 2 away. Kind of line drive between first and second. Spider-Man can't come up with the ground ball. Lineup turns over for the Diamondbacks. Ricky Henderson lined out in the first. Steps in with 2 on. Late on the fastball, fouls it down the right field line. Out of play, strike one. This is Avengers Baseball. I am RC Robbin. It's a 5-1 lead here in the top of the second. Fastball in there. Count is even. Count is no balls and 2 strikes on Henderson. Strike 3 called outside corner. And Henderson can't believe the call. Nevertheless, the side is retired. They do score a run, however, and after an inning and a half here at Crosley Field, it's the Diamondbacks trailing 5-1. So we go to the bottom of the second. Up steps Anthony Mackie, the leadoff man. Flew out in the first. Bullpen for the Diamondbacks is active. Fastball outside, ball one. Paul Fry, left-handed pitcher, is warming up in the Diamondbacks bullpen. 1-0 count to Mackie. Outside, 2 balls and no strikes. Curveball inside corner, count is 2 balls, 1 strike. And that's a line drive. I have a feeling, though, Nick Markakis is going to make the catch, and he will for out number 1. Hit it right on the nose, but right at the right fielder. Defensive alignment for the Diamondbacks in the outfield from left to right. You have Ricky Henderson, Ketel Marte, and Nick Markakis. Gold Glove winner Nolan Arenado at third, Starlin Castro at short, Joe Morgan at second, Jeff Bagwell at first, and Jorge Posada behind home plate for the Diamondbacks. Up next, Spider-Man, who doubled and scored a run in his first at-bat. He got that average up to 364. And he hits a drive to right. There is Markakis. Busy inning for Nick out there in right field, 2 away.
The batter, number 12.
Next up, Tony Stark, who singled and scored a run, hitting 293. He's 1 for 1 in this ballgame. 2 outs, bases empty. Bottom of the second. And he pulls it foul, strike. Tony has 20 homers and 88 runs batted in on the season. Outside, count evens 1 ball and 1 strike. And this time again, he pulls it down the right field line. Out of play, count as 1 ball, 2 strikes. Out in front, Wander Suero sets and delivers. Just gets a piece of that curveball to stay alive. Count remains 1-2. Cut fastball in there. Strike 3 called. Side is retired. 2 innings complete. It's a 4-run lead for the Avengers. Leading off the top of the third, Joe Morgan, Hall of Fame second baseman, played for the Cincinnati Reds in the 1970s. And that is a line drive, base hit to right. Leadoff single for Morgan. Up next, Jeff Bagwell. Singled in the first, 42 homers on the season. Fastball high, but called a strike by the home plate umpire. Jeff Bagwell had over 500 homers in his career for the Houston Astros. Slicing out of play for strike number 2. Count as quickly, no balls and 2 strikes to Jeff. And pops it up shallow left. Charging is Sebastian Stan. Bucky makes the catch for the first out in the inning. Wins leaders in the National League, Chris Hemsworth and Cy Young. His teammate Chris Hemsworth, Thor Odinson, tied with Cy Young for 20 wins. You notice Hiddleston is tied for second with 16. 3-way tie for second. Nolan Arenado grounded out in the first. He's stepping in for his second plate appearance. Swinging a miss at the fastball, 97 on the radar gun, strike 1. This is outside, count evens 1 ball and 1 strike. Deep fly ball to left center field. Racing over is Don Cheadle. Makes the catch for out number 2. Nice play by War Machine in center field. 5-1 lead here in the bottom of the third. Check that top of the third. 2 outs. Ketel Marte had a double in his first at-bat. And he hits a deep fly ball to right. There is Batista, however, in front of the warning track to make the catch and retire the side. 2.5 innings complete here at Crosley. Avengers lead 5-1. So we go to the bottom of the third. Up steps the Incredible Hulk. Mark Ruffalo had an RBI single bouncing ball up the middle. That's for RBI number 129, if I'm not mistaken. Swing and a miss out in front of the changeup, strike 1. In his last 7 games, he has 5 homers and 11 RBIs. He's getting hot in September. Checks the swing, changeup is low, count is 1 ball and 1 strike to Ruffalo. Fouls off the cut fastball, count is 1 ball, 2 strikes. Another ground ball base hit up the box. He's 2 for 2 today. Leadoff single here in the bottom of the third for the Avengers. Even when Hulk doesn't smash, he smashes. Hits leaders. Tommy Holland entering play today. 199 hits. He already has a hit today, so maybe he's reached that 200 mark. Mark Ruffalo, second on the team. Next up, Black Panther had a hit his first at bat. Line drive, foul. Strike 1. Chadwick has 19 homers and 70 runs batted in on the season. Fouls off the changeup. Count is quickly, no balls, and 2 strikes to Boseman. Ruffalo leads off first. Here's the pitch from Suero. Checked it in the dirt, blocked nicely by Posada. Count as 1 ball and 2 strikes to T'Challa. Curveball outside, count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And it's a pop-up, shallow left. Oh, nice running catch by the third baseman, Nolan Arenado. That almost dunked in there for a bloop base hit. That's out number 1. Next up, Dave Bautista, who struck out with the bases loaded and 1 away. Luckily, his teammates picked him up en route to a 5-run first inning. Ground ball through the right side. Runners at first and second and 1 away. And they're threatening again here in the bottom of the third. 12-game hitting streak for Drax the Destroyer. Here's the replay. Just a ground ball with eyes. Don't forget to hydrate. This is Avengers Baseball. I am RC Robbin. Welcome to the live stream. Up next, Bucky Barnes. Sebastian Stan is his real name. He had a 2-run double in his first at-bat. RBI's number 49 and 50 on the season. Hulk is at second. Drax is at first. Pitch is inside, ball 1. 4-run lead for the MCU here in the bottom of the third. Line drive caught. Tags him. Double play. No, wait. No, I think they're saying he's safe. That's an interesting call. They're saying he got back to first. Well, 2 away. Runners lead off first and second for Benedict Wong, who had a hit in his first at-bat, a 2-run single, 2-run double perhaps. Cut fastball just misses the outside corner. Strike, no, ball 1. Count as 1 ball and no strikes. It's close. Close. Misses low. 2 balls, no strikes. The protector of the Sorcerer Supreme from the Doctor Strange franchise, Benedict Wong. His character's name is also Wong. It's weird. Pops it up in the infield. Morgan calls for it, makes the catch, and retires the side. So, no runs, 2 hits, 2 left on at the end of 3 innings of play. It's a 4-run lead for the Avengers. They lead 5-1. This is Avengers Baseball. So we go to the top of the 4th. Up steps Brian Roberts, who grounded out in the second. He is 0 for 1. Tom Hiddleston has a 4-run lead. 16 wins in their strike 1. 16 and 6 on the season. He's working on win number 17 in this particular outing. Breaking ball in there, count as quickly, no balls and 2 strikes. I don't think he has enough starts left. He might have enough starts left if he gets hot to reach 20 wins, but he'd have to be good and lucky. Ground ball up the middle. Speared from his knees. Cut the check. There's 1 away. Gorgeous play by Anthony Mackie, the new Captain America at shortstop. Show us the replay, truck. Show it. Here we go. Diving spear from his knees towards a perfect strike to Tony Stark at first for the first out. Up next, Jorge Posada, grounded out in the second. Fastball inside corner, strike 1. Really quickly, just want to show the difficulty level. Options, gameplay. Hitting difficulty, as you can see, is set to All-Star. And the pitching difficulty right there is set to All-Star. Count is no balls, 1 strike to Posada. 1 out here in the top of the 4th. Late on the fastball, fouls it off. Count quickly, no balls and 2 strikes. Jorge Posada was one of my favorite players growing up in the 90s and early 2000s in the New York City area. Shallow fly ball, racing over. It's going to dunk in there for a bloop base hit. 1 out single for Posada. Next up, Nick Markakis, who has an RBI single today, responsible for the only run on the scoreboard for the Diamondbacks. And this time it's a shallow pop-up to center field. There is War Machine. Cheadle makes the catch for out number 2. Starlin Castro, number 9 hitter, singled in the second inning. This is his second at-bat. Fastball at the knees, strike one. Runner leads off first. Fouls off the two-seam fastball, count no balls and 2 strikes to Starlin Castro. Fly ball to center, playable for Cheadle. James Rhodes makes the catch to retire the side. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left on. At the end of 3.5, it's the Avengers 5, the Diamondbacks 1. So we go to the bottom of the fourth. Up steps Don Cheadle, who lined out in the first. He's 0 for 1. His average is a .281. Switch hitter batting from the left side against the righty Suero. Wander Suero. And that's a line drive caught by Starlin Castro for out number 1. 1 pitch, 1 away. The line for Dinelson LeMay, 2/3 of an inning, 6 hits, 5 earned runs. Ugh. Lineup turns over for the Avengers. Anthony Mackey's 0 for 2. Steps in. And that is a bloop which could dunk in there, and it will, and will roll all the way to the wall. He's off to the races. He will round second and head to third, and he will make a triple out of it. It is a 1-out triple for the Captain America cut the check. Here's the replay. He could have held it to a single, went for the diving catch, and then he was off to the races. As by the time Nick Markakis got that ball back into the infield, he was standing on third. Runner at third, less than 2 outs for Tommy Holland. 1 for 2 with a double today. Chance for another RBI. Chance for an insurance run. And there's your insurance run. That it will be certainly deep enough. Cattell makes the catch and the throw. The relay not in time. And it's an RBI sacrifice fly for Tommy Holland. RBI number 80 on the season. And the Avengers now lead 6-1. 2 out, space is empty. Tony Stark, or Robert Downey Jr., is 1 for 2 with a single. Steps up. Overall, Wander Suero has pitched well. LeMay let the 5 runs come in. Suero has held him to 1 run since. Cut fastball outside, ball 1.
Nope.
2 balls and no strikes. High and off the plate. Cut fastball just misses the outside corner. Count is 3 balls and no strikes. Will he have the green light on 3-0 with 2 outs? No, he will not. I don't swing on 3-0 pitches. It's just a personal little thing. Change up in there. Strike 1. Hitters count 3 balls and 1 strike, and the handcuffs are now off. We love you, Tony. Let's see what happens. Walks him, so 2 out walk, and up steps Mark Ruffalo. It's his 3rd plate appearance. He's got 2 singles today, has the average up to 336. Big lead at first. Fouls off the cut fastball, strike 1. 6 for his last 13. It's a 462 clip. 5 homers in his last 11 games. And that's a line drive. Base hit is 3 for 3 today. Another 2-out single for Mark Ruffalo. Runners at first and second and 2 away here in the bottom of the 4th. He is on fire. So up steps Chadwick Boseman, 1 for 2 with a single. 2 out, 2 on. Here's the pitch. Cut fastball is low, ball 1. It's getting to the point where Wander Suero has perhaps thrown more than enough pitches. I think the manager should have come to get him a long time ago. Because that ball is high. It is far. That ball is gonzo. That is a 3-run home run with 2 outs. Home run number 20 for Chadwick Boseman. Wakanda forever, baby. And the Avengers now lead 9-1. Oh my goodness gracious me. Like I said, he should have came and got him with the hook. He obviously ran out of gas. He had pitched well. Here's the replay. Boom. Home run number 20. And if I'm not mistaken, RBIs number 71, 72, and 73 on the season. So, Paul Fry, the left-hander, comes out of the bullpen. Paul Fry has been active this season. This is his 84th appearance. He's 10-2, but he has a 6.13 earned run average. Drax the Destroyer is 1 for 2 with a single, steps up with 2 outs. And that's a ground ball to the second baseman, Joe Morgan. Fields, fires, got him. And the side is retired. But not before the Avengers score 4 times, 3 of them on this. A 3-run home run by Black Panther. The end of 4. It's 9-1 Avengers. Up next, Ricky Henderson. Struck out, lined out, he's 0 for 2. Hiddleston has an 8-run lead to play with. Line drive. There is the Winter Soldier. 1 pitch, 1 away. Next up, Joe Morgan, 1 for 2 with a single. Checks a swing slider, finds the inside corner, strike 1. That's a line drive. It is a 1-out single for Joe Morgan, his 2nd hit of this ball game. And the Diamondbacks have a base runner here in the top of the 5th. Ouch. At bat number 3 for Jeff Bagwell. He's 1 for 2 with a single. Deep fly ball to left center field. Near the warning track is the Winter Soldier. Makes the catch for out number 2. No advance.
Now batting.
2 down, up steps Nolan Arenado, who is 0 for 2. Runner leads off first. 9-1 lead for the Avengers. Fastball outside corner, strike 1. Nolan Arenado is an all-star. May one day be a Hall of Famer if he keeps up his current production. Pitches outside, count evens 1 ball and 1 strike. High and tight, 2-1. Checks the swing, fastball finds the inside corner. Count evens, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner leads off first. It's an 8-run lead here in the top of the 5th. Here's the pitch from Loki. Grounder, first base line, foul ball. Oh, that's a deep drive. That would be a home run in any other ballpark. But in Crosley Field, that is simply a double. It'll be an RBI double for Nolan Arenado, and the MCU now leads 9-2 here in the 5th. Would have been a 2-home-run homer anywhere else. Here it is RBI number 20 on the season for Nolan. Here's the replay. Let's see how high it goes. Look at that scoreboard. Bang. So next up is the center fielder Ketel Marte, who 1 for 2 with a double. Runner in scoring position. Fastball in there, 97 on the radar gun, strike 1. Swing and a miss. Count is 0-2. Pops it up behind home plate, out of play. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes on Ketel Marte. That is a really good likeness. Fly ball to right. Drax makes the catch to retire the side, but they do get a run on the double by Nolan Arenado. After 4.5 innings of play, it's the Avengers 9, the Diamondbacks 2. So we go to the top of the, no, check at the bottom of the 5th. Sebastian Stan has a 2-run double today. He's 1 for 2. Paul Fry is out there on the mound still. Grounder knocked down by Jeff Bagwell, flips to Fry in time. 1 pitch, 1 away. Nice defense over there on the right side of the infield. Kept it in front of him. Up next is Benedict Wong. He has a 2-run double today in the 1st. 1 for 2. Ground ball, backhanded by Joe. fires, got him, two-way. He made that look easy. That ball was hit up the middle, had good range, backhanded it, planted through. Just made it look easy. Don Cheadle, switch hitter, batting now from the right side against the lefty Fry. 0 for 2 today from the left side. Swing and a miss at the slider. Out in front, strike one. Oh, Don Cheadle has 14 homers on the season, and he's out in front, pulls a foul. Count is 0-2. The leader on the Avengers is Mark Ruffalo with 34 homers. Fastball inside, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Called strike 3. He doesn't believe it. He thought it was high and inside, but side is retired. End of 5. Scores 9-2. We go to the top of the 6th. Brian Reynolds is 0 for 2 today. Hiddleston nursing that 7-run lead. That's a deep drive. It's got a chance. Back goes the fielders. Looking up. It's gone. Solo shot by Brian Reynolds, his 18th of the season, and the score is now 9-3 Avengers. Quieted the crowd down a bit. Here's the replay. No reason to push the envelope. The manager is going to go to the bullpen and get Ed Norton and Josh Brolin warming up. Jorge Posada steps up to the plate. Swing and a miss at the fastball, strike one. So it's a 6-run lead for the MCU here in the top of the 6th inning. First game of a 4-game set between these two ball clubs. Deep drive, it's got a chance. Back goes the Winter Soldier. He's going to have to bounce it off the wall, and he gets past him, and it'll be a double. And all of a sudden, Loki's getting hit all over the ballpark. So a homer and a double from Posada, his 13th of the season, to start the top of the 6th. He hit this with authority the other way, almost hit it out of the ballpark. Top of that wall. Next up, Nick Markakis. 1 for 2 with an RBI single. Grounder up the middle and through. He will stop at third. So it'll be runners at first and third, still with nobody out. It's a 6-run lead for the MCU here in the 6th inning, but obviously the Diamondbacks are threatening. They've got runners on and only 1 away. Next up, Starlin Castro. Again, runners at first and third, nobody out, pardon me. Fastball misses the inside corner, ball 1. In there, strike 1. Count is even, 1 ball, 1 strike to Castro. Fouls it back into the dugout, over the dugout, no, better yet. Count is 1 ball, 2 strikes. Runners lead off first and third. Just misses off the plate inside. Count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Chased the slider down and away. Struck him out swinging. It's only the 2nd strikeout from Hiddleston, so that's how you know he really doesn't have his best stuff. 5 1/3 innings pitched, only his 2nd strikeout. So 1 away. Lineup turns over for the Diamondbacks. Ricky Henderson is 0 for 3 today, but a deep fly ball could score a run. Fastball inside corner, 96 on the radar gun. That's strike 1. This is Avengers Baseball. I am RC Robbin. Don't forget to like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching. This is game number 144. Deep drive. Back goes Sebastian Stan. He makes the catch, tagging from third and heading home. So with 2 outs, it's a sacrifice fly for Ricky Henderson, and they plate their 4th run. It is a 5-run lead for the MCU. They lead 9-4. Here's the replay. Just got the job done. It was a 9-1 game. Now it's 9-4. If you want to scratch and claw your way back into a game, this is how you do it. Up next is Joe Morgan, 2 for 3. Runner at first, 2 outs. Line drive to center. This is his 3rd hit of the ball game. The runner will move from first to third. It'll be first and third with 2 away. And things are getting a little shaky.
The first baseman, number 5.
Home run in this situation will make it a 2-run ball game. It'll be 9-7. So if I'm not mistaken, I think it's time for the manager to go to the bullpen and bring in Ed Norton. Ed Norton is the man to play the Incredible Hulk in the Marvel Cinematic Universe first.
Your attention, please. Now pitching.
He's pitched in 50 games. He's 3-4 with a 4.86 earned run average. His job is to get Bagwell out. And he doesn't do it. Line drive. Foul. Strike 1. That was almost a 2-run double. Bagwell's 1 for 3 with a single. That ball is high. It is far. That ball is gone. And just as I said earlier, we have ourselves a 2-run ball game as a 9-1 lead is now a 9-7 lead on Jeff Bagwell's 3-run home run, his 43rd homer of the season. This ball game is now 9-7, Avengers. I told you, Diamondbacks give me a hard time. I don't know why. Here's the replay. Bang! Pulled up out of his crouch, took that high fastball and drove it. Probably broke a window. 458 feet from Jeff Bagwell, the Hall of Famer. So 9-7 MCU. Bases empty, 2 outs. Pitches low, ball 1.
Count 1-0.
Chases the slider, or a slurve. Swing and a miss. Count as 1 ball and 1 strike. Fouls off the fastball. 99 on the radar gun. The count is 1 ball and 2 strikes to Arenado. So what was once a 9-1 game is now a 9-7 game here in the top of the 6th. Pops it up, out of play. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes on Nolan. Grounder off the glove. Tony picks it up, throws to first in time. Nice defensive recovery by the right side of that infield to retire the side. They score a boatload of runs. This is only a 2-run ball game. It's 9-7. Avengers lead. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Next up, Anthony Mackie, 1 for 3 with a triple today. The manager will go to the bullpen. Switch hitter, switch hitter, switch hitter. Josh Brolin, scheduled to put him in the game. Will warm up Paul Rudd. Mackey's 1 for 3. And he swings and flies out to right. Waiting for it is Markakis for out number 1. Next up, Tommy Holland. He has a sacrifice fly and a double today. He's 1 for 2. Bottom of the 6th. Line drive, base hit, his 2nd hit of the ball game. 1 out single for Spider-Man. Here's the replay. The way this game is going, they need more runs. I don't think 9 runs is going to be enough. So up next, Tony Stark, left-handed hitter, singled, 1 for 2, scored twice. Inside, off the plate, ball 1. Throw to first. Oh. Almost a wild pitch over there to first, but kept it in front of him. Bagwell kept it in front of him, prevented the error. That's a line drive headed into the right field corner, and he's off to the races. It stays on the field, rounding third and heading home as Spider-Man. The relay is not in time. It's an RBI double for Tony Stark, RBI number 89 on the season, double number 20, and it's a 10-run game for the Avengers offense as they now lead by 3, 10-7. They need insurance in a game like this. So runner at second, and up steps the Incredible Hulk, who's 3 for 3 today. Runner in scoring position with 1 out. Chases a high fastball, swing and a miss, strike 1. Tony leads off second. Off the plate outside. Count as 1 ball and 1 strike. Mark Ruffalo is hitting .352 with runners in scoring position. Off the plate, 2 balls and 1 strike to Ruffalo. He has 129 runs batted in to lead the ball club. Hitters count, 3 balls and 1 strike. Looks like an unintentional walk. Up next is Chadwick Boseman. Chadwick hit a 3-run home run in his last at-bat. So I don't know if you want to give this guy an intentional walk. Hard ground ball to the shortstop. Throws to first in time. 2 away. Runner does not advance. So finally they get the Hulk out. He's 3 for 4. Up next, Chadwick Boseman. He had a 3-run home run in his last at-bat. Home run number 20 on the season. It's a 3-run advantage for the MCU here in the bottom of the 6th. Pitch is high, ball 1. In the dirt, blocked nicely by Posada. No advance. Count is 2 balls and no strikes to Black Panther. And he's out in front of the fastball down the left field line, out of play. Count is 2 balls and 1 strike. Robert Downey Jr. leads off second. 2 down. 2-1 count. Here's a pitch from Fry. Deep fly ball to center, but playable for Ketel Marte. He retires the side, but not before a double from Robert Downey Jr. extends the lead. It's a 3-run lead here at the end of 6. It's the Avengers 10, the Diamondbacks 7. This is Avengers Baseball. Do you want to change pitchers? Yes, I do. In relief to pitch the top of the 7th inning is Josh Brolin, the man who played Thanos in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. This season, he's 3-1 with a 2.62 earned run average. His responsibility will be to face 3 switch-hit batters. Ketel Marte leads off the top of the 7th. He's 1 for 3 with a double. 2-seam fastball in there for strike 1. Fouls off the split-fingered fastball. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes. Strike 3 called inside corner, and there's 1 away. Nasty pitch. 2-seam action. Here's the replay. Was it a strike? Too close to take. With 2 strikes, you got to put bat on that ball. Foul it off at the very least. Brian Reynolds had a solo homer in his last at-bat. He's 1 for 3. And he pokes it foul up the first base line, out of play, strike 1. Curveball low, 1 ball and 1 strike. Ground ball off the bag, up the first base line, and it will roll all the way to the 366 sign. He's going to make it to second. It is a 1-out double for Brian Reynolds, his 2nd hit of this ball game. That's double number 32 on the season for Brian. Here's a replay. Just shoots it up that first base line inside the bag. Actually, it nicked the bag on its way into the right field corner. So Jorge Posada turns around and hits from the right side. 2 for 3 from the left side today. Single and a double. See how he does. Pulls the fastball down the left field line, out of play for strike 1. Posada's hitting .273 on the season. He's a runner in scoring position. Splitter just misses low, ball 1. Posada hitting only .209 with runners in scoring position this season. Surprising. Out in front of the curveball, swing and a miss, strike 2. Strike 3 called. Inside corner, 2-way. Posada doesn't look like he liked it, but let's see. You know what? It's at the belt. It's a textbook strike. It's inside that line. You got to put bat on the ball. Next up, left-handed hitter Nick Markakis, who's 2 for 3. 2 singles and an RBI. Fastball in there, strike 1. It's a 10-7 lead here in the top of the 7th. Runner in scoring position at second for the Diamondbacks. Curveball at the knees. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes. On deck is right-hander Starlin Castro. Fouls it off. Count remains no balls and 2 strikes on Markakis. Just gets a piece of the split finger fastball to stay alive. Fouls it off again and refuses to go down without a fight. Strike 3 called. He struck out the side. So, get up and stretch, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for the 7th inning stretch. Avengers lead by 3. It's 10-7. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Sam Tuivailala, I don't know how to pronounce that. He's 9-4 with a 4.65 earned run average. He's pitched over 100 innings out of the bullpen this season. He will face Dave Bautista, who's 1-for-3. Here comes the pitch from Sam. That's a line drive headed towards the right center field gap. He will make the catch. Markakis in right for out number 1. Nice play. Before Sebastian Stan steps up to the plate, the manager is going to go to the bullpen. Righty, lefty. Paul Rudd is going to schedule to put Paul Rudd in the game. We're going to warm up Jeremy Renner just in case. So 1 out, up steps Sebastian Stan. Checks his swing, but the fastball found the outside corner, strike 1. The Winter Soldier is 1-for-3 today. 3-run lead for the Avengers. Slider outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Low, 2 balls, 1 strike. And that's a deep drive. Near the warning track, Marte makes the catch for out number 2.
Now batting, catcher.
2 outs, up steps catcher Benedict Wong, who has a 2-run double today. He's 1-for-3. Left-handed hitter against the righty Tuivailala. Fouls it back, strike 1. Ground ball to the right side. Morgan Fields fires. Got him. And the side is retired. We go to the top of the 8th. Avengers lead by 3. It's 10-7. Do you want to change pitchers? Yes, I do. In relief comes Ant-Man, Paul Rudd. He's 3-0 with a 3.97 earned run average. He will pitch this inning. Gets into any trouble. And Jeremy Renner will come in to close. That's a line drive. Base hit on the first pitch from Paul Rudd and Starlin Castro, and they have a runner on. They need 1 more runner to get on base in order for the tying run to come to the plate here in the 8th. Lineup turns over. Ricky Henderson's at the plate. He has a sacrifice fly today. Otherwise, he's 0-for-3. Late on the fastball, foul ball, strike 1. He has 24 homers and 80 RBIs on the season. And he pops it up short right field. Charging is the Winter Soldier. Now check that. That is War Machine, Don Cheadle, who made the catch in center field for the first out. Starter comparison, it doesn't look good for either one of them, to be completely honest with you. While Tom Hiddleston gave up more runs, he's in a position to win, go figure. So 1 away, up steps Joe Morgan. Joe's 3-for-4. He has 3 singles today. Checks his swing, but it's in there, strike 1. He needs to get on base. If he gets on base, he brings the tying run to the plate. 12-6 curveball misses outside. Count as 1 ball, 1 strike. Attendance here at Crosley, 27,080 people. That's a sellout because Crosley is a minor league ballpark that the Avengers use for their home contests. Fouls off the sinking 2-seam fastball. Count as 1 ball and 2 strikes to Morgan. Joe Morgan was a member of the Big Red Machine. Pops it upstairs, out of play. Count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. Runner at first, 1 out. Top of the 8th. 10-7 lead for the Avengers. Strike 3 called. Morgan thought it was high. Called strike 3. There are 2 away. Here's the replay. Was it a strike? I mean, you can argue it was high, but you know what? Foul it off. Jeff Bagwell at the plate. Jeff's 2 for 4. He had a 3-run home run in his last at-bat. Fastball outside corner, strike 1. Grounds it up the first baseline, foul. Count is 0-2 on Bagwell. Pops him up. In foul territory, racing over is Tony Stark. We love you, 3000, Tony. He makes the catch to retire the side. It's a 10-7 lead for the Hollywood Avengers. We go to the bottom of the 8th. This is Avengers Baseball. Don't forget to like the video. Please subscribe to the channel.
Ladies and gentlemen,
In relief, Pedro Baez for the Diamondbacks. This is his 78th game out of the bullpen. He's 2-5 with a 5.54 earned run average, high ERA. Leading off here in the bottom of the 8th, Don Cheadle, who's 0 for 3.
the center fielder, number 10.
Here's the pitch from Baez. Fouls off the fastball, strike 1. Pitch is outside. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike to James Rhodes from the Iron Man franchise. The second man to play James Rhodes in the MCU. Pitch is high, 2 balls and 1 strike. First man was Terrence Howard. And then in Iron Man 2, they switched over to Don Cheadle. Probably some contract negotiation nonsense, whatever. Don Cheadle's better at the role. And I like Terrence Howard. I think Terrence Howard is a good actor. Fouls it off, count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes to Cheadle. I just think he's better for the role. That's a line drive to left. There is Ricky Henderson, his snatch catch. There's 1 away. Up next, Anthony Mackie's 1 for 4. That one was a triple and a run scored. I think he's got like 11 triples on the season. I'd have to check the stats. 1 out, bottom of the 8th, 10-7 lead. That ball is deep, but foul. Strike 1. He turned on that high, tight pitch. Couldn't keep it fair. Fouls it back. Count is quickly, no balls and 2 strikes. He's swinging for the fences. He wants home run number 18. But instead, he'll have a bloop base hit to center field. It is a 1-out single and his second hit of the ball game for Anthony Mackie. Cut the check for the new Captain America. Here's the replay. In on his hands that time. He just kind of muscled it to center field. Up next, Tommy Holland. Tom is 2 for 3 with an RBI. His average is up to 365. If he keeps this up, he's going to win himself a National League batting title. And he gets tied up inside with the fastball. Can't hold back the swing. Strike 1. Count is no balls, 1 strike. Mackie leads off first. Big lead at first. Pitch out, but nothing doing. He is not stealing on the play. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Again, big lead at first. He's going. Pitches outside, throw down is nowhere near in time. It's a stolen base, cut the check for Anthony Mackie. Steal number 17 on the season for the new Captain America. He's in scoring position in a 2-1 count. That's a deep drive to center, but playable for the center fielder, Ketel Marte, for the second out. Up next is Robert Downey Jr. Tony Stark is 2 for 3. He has a single, a double, an RBI. He's at a runner in scoring position. But to get that insurance run home before the top of the 9th, pitches outside ball 1. He's going to need a hit. Tony's hitting .358 with runners in scoring position. So it's 60 points higher than his regular season average. Thereabouts. Did he check it? No, he did not. Third base umpire says you went too far, Robert Downey Jr. Count evens 1 ball and 1 strike on the first baseman. Slider, back door, in there, strike 2. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Again, Mackey leads off second. Fouls it upstairs behind home plate. The count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. Down and in. Count evens 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner leads off second. 10-7 MCU. Baez with the pitch. And that's a deep drive, and it's going to be in there. That is 1 hop into the corner. He's going to have himself a 2-out RBI double, and the insurance run comes home. Tony, we love you 3000. It's 11-7 MCU. Robert Downey Jr. gets double number 21 on the season. Here's the replay. And it just kind of wraps it into that right field corner where it just rattles around near that 366 sign. Up next with 2 outs, Mark Ruffalo, who is 3 for 4 today with an RBI. He has a runner in scoring position. Pitches high, check the swing, ball 1. And that's a deep drive, and I got a feeling nobody's going to go get that one. It's going to be 1 hop off the wall, and it'll be an RBI double, or perhaps an RBI double. He is safe at second. It is an RBI double. A 12-7 lead for the MCU. Double number 37 on the season for Mark Ruffalo. RBI number 130 on the season for the Hulk. Here's the replay. So it's a 5-run lead as we approach the top of the 9th. Chadwick Boseman, 2 for 4, 3-run home run today. Fastball high, ball 1. Black Panther with a 2-out hit can make this a 6-run lead. It's high and deep, near the wall. Cattell makes the catch on the warning track to retire the side. So, we go to last licks for the Arizona Diamondbacks. We go to the 9th. They need 5 runs to tie. This is Avengers Baseball. Leading off here in the 9th for the Diamondbacks is Nolan Arenado. He has an RBI double today. He's 1 for 4. Fastball at the knees, strike 1. Paul Rudd is pitching in his 2nd inning of relief work out of the bullpen. No reason to bring in. Oh, that's a deep drive. That's gone. Oh, that's a solo home run for Nolan Arenado. Home run number 25. And the 5-run lead is now a 4-run lead as it is 12-8 Avengers. And we may see Hawkeye yet. Let's see what the manager decides to do. Here's the replay. They just score boatloads of runs. Give up boatloads of runs, but... So next up, center fielder Marte. 1 for 4 with a double. Fastball in there, strike 1, 97 on the radar gun. Grounder. Jumping off the mound is Rudd, picks it up, spins, fires, got him. 1 out here in the 9th. Stay tuned for post-game highlights. This is Avengers Baseball. I am RC Robbin. Don't forget to like the video. Up next, Brian Reynolds, the designated hitter. He's 2 for 4. He has a home run today. And he's late on the fastball, fouls it off, strike 1. 12-8. The MCU leads. 1 out here in the 9th. Base is empty. Ground ball past the diving attempt by Black Panther and into left. And they have a 1-out single by Reynolds. And you could just sense the crowd getting nervous. Up next, Jorge Posada. 2 for 4, hitting from the left side. Fouls off the fastball, strike 1. Out in front of the 12-6 curveball. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes to Posada. Strike 3 called. Posada thought it was high. Nevertheless, it's called strike 3, and there are 2 away here in the top of the 9th inning. That means that the Arizona Diamondbacks are down to their final out of the game. Representing the final out is Nick Markakis, is 2 for 4. Fastball inside corner, strike 1. Runner at first, 2 outs. 0-1 pitch. Fouls it off. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes, and the Diamondbacks are down to their final out of the game. Pops it up. Out of play. Count remains 0-2. I misspoke. The Diamondbacks are down to their final strike of the game. Pardon me. As it is an 0-2 count. And it's a drive to right, but playable. This should do it. Batista makes the catch to retire the side. Ball game over. The MCU wins this first game of this 4-game set, 12-8. That's win number 93 on the season for the Hollywood Avengers. They're now 93-51. They at the very least have a half a game lead over the second place Los Angeles Dodgers in the National League West Division. While he did not pitch well today, no one did. It was basically a slugfest. The winning pitcher is Tom Hiddleston. He wins his 17th ball game. So the line above, as you can see, the Hollywood Avengers, 12 runs, 16 hits, no errors. Arizona Diamondbacks, 8 runs, 17 hits, no errors. Hiddleston gets win number 17. Dinelson LeMay, last 2/3 of an inning, gives up 5 earned runs. He gets the loss. Paul Rudd actually gets the save. Good for you, Paul Rudd. You get the save. And Tony Stark, Robert Downey Jr., 3 for 4, 2 doubles, 2 RBIs, is named player of the game. And this has been a broadcast of Avengers Baseball. I am RC Robbin. Don't forget to like the video. Please subscribe to the channel if you have not already done so. This is game number 144 of 162 plus, and I say plus because when the regular season is over, hopefully I will have made the playoffs, and then we'll eventually make the World Series, fingers crossed. I hope you will be there to watch the playoffs and the World Series. Anyway, thank you for watching. The final here at Crosley Field, the Hollywood Avengers win 12-8. Thank you. See you again soon.